Hello, we are going to talk about the illegal mining and the pollution effects in Colombia, exactly in the department of Chocó. First of all, I'm going to talk about some curious things about Colombia. Did you know that our country is the second with the highest biodiversity in the world? Why? Because the country have more than 50 species registered and have 31 more than 31 million hectares protected, that equivalent to 15% of the national territory. When we know this, it's very important because it's cultural, it's general culture, and then we can't think immediately that Colombia, thanks to its advantage, can enrich by its records. However, the inhabitants spend irresponsibly because they don't measure what they do around them. In general, the negative things that the human do is fears, the irrational use of natural resources. Second, the poor processing of waste such as garbage. And third, principally the mining. Another curious thing is that according to the Minister of Mining, Colombia is recognized for its geographical position because this territory is rich in minerals. Because in Colombia are structured 211 minerals, among them gold, cobalt, and platinum, and among others metals and non-metals minerals. The minerals that I mentioned above are ones of the most popular minerals in the market. Coal is mined from underground and open pit mines, while the gold and the platinum are only mined from the open pit mines. Chocó is one of the most important and biodiverse departments in the country. In this department, these three minerals are extracted. And not only these minerals, this department have the potential to extract another minerals like metallic and non-metallic. This advantage is a little bittersweet. Why? Because thanks to the abandonment that the state has in this department, the illegal mining arises that every day, produce social and environment problems. Basically, illegal mining is carried out in prohibited areas such as lagoons, headwaters, and the natural areas protected. And precisely, Chocó is made up of all the areas that I mentioned. I must emphasize that according to a study carried out by the Minister of Mines, through Colombia Departmental Census of Mining, it can be shown that the 99% of mining production units in Chocó are illegally. It's very sad to know this percent because it's not only affect this territory, because as I said, the Chocó is one of the most important department of the nation, and it would be very sad if his all natural resources disappeared in the future. It should be noted that the illegal mining produces more damage than the legal mining when it extracts gold, platinum, and cobalt, causing irreparable damage to the environment. This bad activity produces some bad effects in the environment, like the indiscriminate contamination of the water sources, the deforesting of the soils, the destruction of the fauna and flora, and the destruction of the air and the sedimentation of the river channels.
A survey was carried out as a research instrument with purpose of know if people knew about of mining or illegal mining in Colombia. The survey had a multiple choice questions and open questions. All people surveyed were in a range of age between 16 and 30 years. People surveyed were 48. With the first and second question, want to identify if people surveyed had any knowledge about mining or illegal mining in Colombia. The most of people knew about this matter. However, 33% of people surveyed aren't clear this matter and they don't recognize the importance of this sector in economy. I'll talk 64 people surveyed answer well. In the third question, people were asked about if they knew which departments resource minerals were mined. 37% of people surveyed answered that this place was Chocó. However, some persons answered that other places that mineral resources were mined were Cesar, Boyacá, and Guajira. In the survey, people were asked that to say which metals were extracted in Colombia. They answered that metals as gold, oil, carbon, salt, among others. In the following questions, want to know the opinion of people that answered the survey. We want now if people were disagree or agree with illegal and mining in Colombia. The most of people answered that were in disagreed with the extraction of mineral resources because these carried problems with the environment. For example, air pollution, water pollution, and death of people and animals. Finally, they were asked about which type of mine caused most damage in environment, if type mines or underground mines. The 67% of people that responded say that the more dangerous for environment were pit mines because this had more negative effects in the environment. It can be concluded that people disagreed with the mining and illegal mining in Colombia, and they are aware that damage of environment short, medium, and long term. Although people were disagree with the mining and illegal mining in Colombia, it's important to say that the government have policies that allow two companies make mining. However, these companies haven't policies that take care of environment. It's important that these companies um, have some policies for take care of environment because of damage a long time uh, can be more dangerous.
Mining in Chocó is a problem that has affected this department for almost 2 centuries. The transition of the extraction methods of minerals such as gold, platinum, or silver had generated many contamination problems due to the use of heavy machinery that caused deforestation and sedimentation of water sources and also by chemicals such as mercury that are dumped into rivers for gold extraction, which causes damage to the environment and the organisms of the inhabitants of this region. According to Mercury Watch 20, 2010, Colombia was the second country with the highest levels of mercury levels in the world because companies like El Roble dumped it indiscriminately in Atrato and also deforested its forest. Health problems such as diarrhea, pulmonary edema, dermatitis, reproductive failure, and genetic malformation are evident in the population due to the contamination of rivers such as Atrato, San Juan, Andahueda, Bebarama, and Dawa, among others. This contamination had a major impact in 2016, which ended the lives of 37 children who drank water from these rivers laden with pollution, waste, and mercury. Although mining is an activity that monopolizes large incomes for the economy due to its royalties, in this region these benefits were not received, since due to the lack of activity, many companies could evade these taxes. In addition, due to the great profitability that this activity leaves, some armed groups take advantage of it, and the insecurity and displacement of people is evident, and therefore poverty has gripped this region. On the other hand, according to Wilson Murillo, president of the Chocó, 80% of the inhabitants are engaged in this activity, and they themselves state that it is the only source of work for them, which is why extinction meaning in Colombia and especially in Chocó is unfeasible because today many people live um, from this activity, and their main source of income is mining, even when this population is extremely exploited by large foreign multinationals that they have mineral extraction contracts in this region. Considering this phenomenon and the few possibilities of ending meaning and its consequences, it is necessary to look for other solutions that allow improving the conditions of the population and also reducing the damage to the environment that this activity is causing. So it is proposed to restructure it and follow up on the regulations regarding the exploitation of minerals in the country for the care of the environment, as well as the labor regulation for this activity so that the rights of the population are not violated.